wasn't quite ready to make this video, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it just because. So this is the tiny house, and for those of you who are just now chiming in, a lot of you have seen this thing from the very beginning, and we have just some minor touch-ups to do, very little left to do in here. I'm going to do another video explaining this thing up here. That's called an entablature. People love to say moldings that meet the ceiling and the wall is a crown molding. Not everything that's up there is a crown molding. And if it's done correctly, they're usually entablatures. And if you want to look that up to know what I'm talking about, look up the five articles of architecture. There's 5, and they explain to you, depending on your ceiling height and a whole bunch of other things. It's all kind of centered around columns. So what dictates the size of a baseboard? You know, from the bottom of from the floor to the top of a baseboard. What dictates that size? How do you know how tall to make your baseboard? How do you know how thick to make your baseboard? How do you know from the floor to a chair rail, how tall should it be? Probably 75% of all carpenters out there, I don't care how well trained they are, they will almost always make the wainscoting from the floor to the top of that molding right there, 36 inches. I won't say it's wrong, but if you got an 8-foot ceiling, that's not where it goes. But unless you understand the 5 orders of architecture, 5 orders of architecture, you won't know the answer to that. This molding right here, from here to here, how do I know how big to make that? To fit this window in a building that has slightly under 12 foot, with 11 foot and some inches from the floor to the ceiling. That determines how big, I'm going to say how wide. The door casings, we know this stuff as, this is a window casing. That's what you know it as. This is a door casing. It's called an architrave. The actual word for that is architrave. Look it up. How do I know what thickness? How do I know how tall to make this stuff? Look up the articles of architecture. Look it up. All these cabinets are custom made. These are cabinets that I custom built in my wood shop. Every molding in this building, every single molding in here, this stuff, all of this stuff, all of the base, the chair rail, the window casings, the window jambs, the apron, the stool, all of it, I made it. I would have made the windows, but I found a deal at one of the wrecking companies here, and I bought them, but I rebuilt them basically. These doors, custom made. Everything in this building is custom made. And you'll see videos on my YouTube channel that'll show you the process. I may not have made an entire video showing me from start to finish building the cabinets or building any of the doors. I custom built these doors. These doors are custom made. That transom is custom made. Every single piece in this house was made in my own personal workshop. I custom built that in my workshop. I'm right now finishing the Lazy Susan doors. You'll see that cabinet, and I think there's a video showing you how I built this cabinet, the diagonal wall cabinet. Let's see. So anyway, this little tiny house, of course, you know that this is the kitchen, okay? This is kind of a breakfast area or dining combined. And this, I'm gonna call it more of a conversation area. I don't know that I wanna call this a living room, but you know, someone else might. So it's more like a conversation area. So this is the tiny house with all of the termite damage, the rotten wood. These are the windows I show you in one video where I talk about where these windows were as opposed to where I put them. You saw early on in one of the videos where I framed these walls in, framed in walls across here. The walls, before I did the 2x4 framing, it had the barge boards or upright boards. People have different names for them. That was an extremely old style of structuring homes. God, man, probably way back in the 1700s. Remember, I had said originally there was a door here, and this was a landing, and then there were steps that went out that way. So there were steps that came up here. This wall wasn't here, that wall wasn't there. This was the entrance to the house right here, the back portion of the house. But I said that I needed a utility room or a washroom, and I built that in right here. And so opposite of this, if you've looked at these videos, there was a chimney in here. And that chimney was on that wall right there. That's where I took the chimney out from. Chimney was all of this space right here. And I made this space a bathroom. We're almost done, guys. Almost done. Cute little space, I like it a lot. We did a shower. Came out really nice. And we have one more room. This is the tiny house that you've been watching all of the construction on. And this is the bedroom. This was the wall. Remember I talked about, this was a gable wall that went all the way up. And the sill beneath this area was pushed away from the house, I think 5.5 inches, 6 inches, something like that. And that back wall was gonna fall off and just collapse at some point. But we caught it in time. Remember the closet? I said that this space was gonna be a closet. And so again, all the moldings, custom made. Cheerio. These doors, custom built in my shop. You'll see the videos. They're not full videos, but you'll see some videos. I have a ton of photos. I got a lot of stuff in here, so I can't really get this door. Wait, I got it. But we did closet organizers. There's a little bit of work left to be done right in here. I'm not sure just how far I want to take this. I'm kind of ready to get this house on the market. I might do some shelves here just because I wanted to put drawers in it, but I'm running out of time. I need to get through, get this baby on the market. Custom built that door. Got a little bit of work to do down here. Got to build that transom, building that today or tomorrow, get that in. But this house is done. Took a while, guys, but we're done. A lot of fights with City Hall, a lot of fights with HDLC. In some cases, this thing got expensive. So we had to, stop a couple times for financial reasons. But we got it done. We hung in there. We fought this fight right down to the end. And we're ready. At the end of the day, we have a really nice product, and I'm proud of that. So, got a few little things to do, not a whole bunch. Came out well. If you guys have any questions about anything you see here that I did, if you want to know about this entablature, I think I'm going to make another video and just explain everything in here that I've done and why and what's the, what are some of the techniques and how I come to the conclusions that I drew on anything that I built and put in here. I'll let you know. I'll answer any questions. Anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll answer your questions. Just don't ask me how much we're selling it for, because I'm going to leave that up to the realtors and the appraisers. But it's a custom house, so we're not going to give it away. And if you want to see it, reach out to me. I'll tell you where it is. And if you're here in New Orleans, just stop on by. I'll be here all week. This is the last week, I want to say, of July. And I'll be here until the end of the month because there's a couple of things I have to do outside as well. But I wanted to do this video and show you the inside. And we finally made it. We're there. So anyway, thanks for keeping up and chiming in. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, I need support. I need you guys to subscribe to my channel. But I like interactions too. If you know me, you know I like to run my mouth. And so, come on guys, jump in there and make a comment and see what kind of answer you get from me. Just remember to be nice. All right guys, until the next video.